All right, now we are doing this warm-up a little different than the last 2 days because we're not talking about linear. Did everyone write this objective down? That is a little different because you can see right here we're talking about quadratic. Quadratic. Okay, so if I take a graph of x squared, okay, the letter a, which is the number in front of it, if that increases, what do you think is going to happen to the graph? So think back to linear. When a increased, that was a vertical what? Stretch. So do you think it's going to be the same for quadratic? Let's find out. So right here I told you a way to find out. Let's graph x squared and let's graph 2x squared. So I'm going to go on, new document, graph. So I'm going to hit x squared, enter. Y'all are familiar with this graph, right? And now I'm going to hit tab so I can get a new graph on the same graph, 2x squared. So the original one is blue. I hit enter. The new one is red. What happened to it? It looks skinnier, but really it's a vertical stretch. When you stretch something vertically, it makes it skinnier. Okay? So now you can write this down real quick. Okay? What happened? Vertical stretch. When A goes up, vertical stretch. Okay, I'm going to pass out your tests so we can go over that real quick and then get to our notes. All right, so you're looking at this. We're doing the quadratic parent function, right? Now, you know the quadratic parent function looks like this. Y equals x squared. And you all know that that's a parabola, if you want to write that off to the side here. Now, I want you to graph y equals x squared. Okay. I want you to graph it and hit Control T, because I want you to fill out this table over here on the left-hand side. Okay. So go ahead and graph right now. Y equals x squared. Hit Control T and fill out that table on the left-hand side. And you can start graphing those points so I can see the graph of the parabola, right? Right here. Y equals x squared. Okay, start graphing it. X squared. So when you graphed them, okay, you went here and you went to x squared. You hit Control T, okay, and you go up a few so you can get negative 2, 4, negative 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, and 2, 4. Okay? Wait. Sorry, 1, 4. No, 2, 4. My bad. So anyways, you get this table over here, and then you graph it, and it should look like that, right? So graph those points, draw that parabola, okay? Make sure your little table is filled out on the left-hand side. And make sure you got 1, 1. You have to go through there and through there. Okay. Now we could talk about domain and range. Miss Moreau's favorite song. Wait. What is it?
Domain and range, domain and range. The X is domain, the Y is range.
Yeah. So domain and range. Now, domain is which direction? Up, down, or left, right? Which way is domain? What? What? Left and right. Yeah, left and right is domain, horizontal. So you tell me, if the arrowheads are here, it's going forever to the left, it's going forever to the right. What would I write for my domain? Negative infinity to positive infinity. Bloop, bloop. So, there's that. But I want you to notice the range is different. The range goes forever to up, but how far down does it go? To 0. Right here, the 0. It doesn't go down, right? I'm talking about range now. Sorry. Range goes up forever, but stops at 0, right? So look at the way I wrote range right here, okay? Infinities. So the question is for domain, this is an infinity and this is an infinity. Okay? Over here, that's clearly, yes, a 0. So because it starts here at 0, it doesn't go below 0, right? Vertically, it doesn't go below 0. So 0 is the lowest point, so I put bracket 0. This is interval notation. Bracket means it includes 0. Okay? The 0 is shaded in, right? So from 0, and then it goes up forever. So that's why I put bracket 0 to infinity. Okay? Does everyone see why this is different than linear? Because it actually it stops going down at some point. Okay? And if you flip it, then it would stop going up at some point. Now, X-intercept and the Y-intercept are both right there at 0, 0. Okay? And then the vertex. Now, what's a vertex on a parabola? Where is it? Yeah, basically the very bottom or the very top, depending which way it's opening, right? So yeah, the vertex is still right here at 0, 0. That's the minimum. That's the point where the direction changes. Instead of going down, now it starts going up. That's a vertex, okay? What else? The increasing interval. This is only going up to the right from 0 towards infinity. Everything over here to the left is actually decreasing. It's going down to the right. Okay? So it's only increasing from 0 to infinity. But it's decreasing from negative infinity all the way to 0. So half of it's decreasing, right? You write this down? Please. And then it's increasing from 0 to infinity. Last couple things. Do y'all remember from Algebra 1? Roots. Roots, X-intercepts, zeros, and solutions. Do y'all remember that from Algebra 1? No? Yes? Have y'all heard roots before? Okay? Roots are wherever a graph crosses the line of the x-axis. Now this touches once, right? But if I shifted this down, it could touch twice. So the maximum number of roots has to be 2. Okay? That's why it's 2. It could be 2. It could be 1, it could be 0, but the maximum is 2. And the end behavior at the very end there, it's increasing for all eternity. Cool? Does everyone have that written down? Okay? Because I want to move it to the bottom so you can get down the bottom. Now let me tell you, the bottom part of these notes is the same as the bottom part of 2.1. A, B, C, and D, it's the same thing. Same exact changes. Okay? What? Yeah, I'm going to scroll down now. So here we go. So it should be the same from 2.1. Now here for quadratic, same idea, 2.2. Okay? A does a vertical stretch or compress. B does a horizontal compress or stretch. C is a liar on the inside that goes left and right. D is a vertical shift up or down. Does everyone have that down? Or almost? If you got it down, you can flip it over and start labeling A, B, and C on number 1 on the back. Almost. Yeah, bottom 2 boxes. All right, flip it over. If you need it, I'm going to leave it over here on the side. Now, it's also up here on the top. It's kind of small if you need it too. Now, number 1, what is A? What is the number way out front here? -3, right? All right, so that's my A. Now, my B. Now, real quick, there's a missing parentheses here. That's a typo. There's supposed to be an extra parentheses, and that squared is still there, okay? So, sorry, there's a typo. But what's B going to be here? Negative sign means -1. That's my B. What's C? 4, but it's a liar, so it's really -4. And then D is what? 5, right? All right, so with all that information, we need to figure out the vertex. Now, C and D are going to give us our vertex. Just remember, C is a what? You a lie. So if +4 is my C, what should it really be? Does everyone know what the opposite of +4 is? -4, okay? So my vertex is -4 because it's opposite. But the letter D, that is not opposite. It's going to be what? +5, okay? Normal 5. This is not a liar. Only C is a liar. D is a truther, all right? Now, I want you to plot that point, -4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, let's graph. Let's go to our calculator and graph this equation so we can start filling in this stuff. So it's on, new document, and hit graph, right? So, -3, -3 parentheses, negative sign, parentheses, and then we have +4, or sorry, x +4, parentheses, and then don't forget the squared. We're doing quadratic, right? You have to have that squared in there. And then +5. So that's exactly the way I saw it over here. I hit graph, boom. Yeah. Now, with this, we want to answer these questions. Is it a min or a max? Now you tell me, is that right there the minimum or the maximum? Is that at the top or the bottom? Okay, look at this. This looks like a hill, right? Is that the top of it or the bottom of it? Top. Like if I were climbing this, I'd be like, I'm at the top of a hill. Not at the bottom of a bowl or something, right? So again, top is a maximum. Maximum. All right? So, real quick. That's a min. That's a max, okay? Just depends which way it's opening up. That make sense? So, this is a maximum, because we looked at our graph on here. Hey, that's the top. That's a max. Okay. Now, X-intercepts. What do I press after I graph it? How do I get the X-intercepts? We learned this 2 days ago. It's menu 5, 1. So we can trace it. Now, these are not going to be perfectly on the grid, so we definitely need to do menu 5, 1. So, menu 5, 1. Now, this is actually the y-intercept, so forget that for now, because it asks us for the x-intercepts right here, right? So go to the left till you get your X-intercepts. Boom. When it says 0 in yellow, that's your X-intercept. Negative 2.71, comma, and what does this mean right here? 0. So negative 2.71, comma 0. Now, remember how we said there's 2 roots maximum? So keep going to the left. Keep going, 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 going. Oh, by the way, what happened at the top there? Oh, it's a maximum. It tells you, right? Well, anyways, keep going to the left. The 0 here, negative 5.29, comma, 0. That, don't ever write that weird thing out. That's 0, right? With the E, 0. So negative 5.29, comma 0. Okay. Now, domain and range. We said, right, that domain for quadratic, it goes forever to the left, forever to the right. So the domain is negative infinity to positive infinity. That one doesn't change. Those are infinities. If anyone wanted to know, those are infinities, right, 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 not zeros. And we don't have a phone in our hand, right? The range, okay? Now think about this. How far down does this go? Forever, right? It keeps going down and down and down. So negative infinity, all the way up to what? How high does this go? So on this graph, you can see 5. And it goes down forever. So negative infinity, comma 5. Okay? Now we need to graph this. So let's get some table on here. Press Control T. Okay? If you want to graph this, you just got to plot some points and graph it. But here's my suggestion. You want to plot points that are near the vertex. Okay? So the vertex was negative 4, 5. So go over to negative 4, 5. Plot this one. Plot the 2 next to it. Plot the 2 next to it. Usually you want to plot 5 points. Okay? Now I'm going to try the first one. Negative 6, comma 7. Negative 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, 7 is off the grid. Well, let's try the next one. Negative 5, comma 2. Negative 5, 2. Perfect. Let's try another one. Negative 3, comma 2. And then negative 2, comma 7. Negative 7 is off the grid again. So just use those 3 points to make yourself a parabola. It's going to be kind of skinny. Okay? And I know mine's kind of pointy at the top. It's supposed to be more rounded, but oh well. Do you see you have to use points? The top, oh, okay. Make sure you, what? What? The other 2 points are too low on the graph, but this is what they are. It was negative 5, 2 and negative 3, 2. That's how I got these 2 points right here. Okay, now, I know it's a lot. Here we go, transformations. A is negative. So look right here. If A is negative, that means what? Right, reflect over X. Reflect over X because A was negative. Okay. Now, B is negative 1. When B is negative, that means it's going to reflect over Y. So reflect over Y also. You're not going to notice the reflect over Y because when you flip it over, it's symmetrical. It's not going to look any different, okay? horizontally speaking. Okay. By the way, I forgot. On letter A, this 3 was bigger than 1. When A is greater than 1, that's a vertical stretch. So that's why this was skinnier than normal. Vertical stretch. Made it go, kind of skinny it out. And the last two for that one, C and D. Hello. Thank you. There we go. Now C, remember, is a liar. So plus 4 means it went which way? But it's a lie, right? So instead of right 4, it's left 4, okay? Left 4. Don't forget, C is a liar. And then D says plus 5, so it goes up or down? Up 5. Now, I know that was a lot, okay? But all we did was take what we learned with linear and put it on a quadratic, okay? So, using the notes, you're able to tell what are the transformations, and you can do all the rest of that using either your calculator or what you know, okay?